Good morning. Happy Thursday. I don't even know what day it is anymore. Welcome back to Melly Loves Death Metal. I haven't done a CD update in a long time, and that's because I haven't really been buying them lately. For a while there, I was really buying a lot. I go in waves of like buying vinyl and then tapes and CDs, but I did get quite a bit in the last couple, like the last week, that I figured, you know what, this is enough to talk about. And yeah, so for the most part, I do have several more coming. I put in an order for a couple of other reissues that recently just came out that I would love to have on in my CD collection. Mostly like brutal death metal albums, which is what I've been hunting lately. I've been hunting brutal death metal tapes and CDs lately. A lot of brutal death metal albums that I absolutely love from like the early 2000s, late 90s are only pressed on CD, and they haven't had reissues in forever. So I've been trying to hunt them and trying to find them that are like cheaper than $30. It's been tough. But some people have been reissuing some of them, which has made it a lot easier. I showed off one in an update, I think last week, where Cerebral Hemorrhage was reissued finally on Comatose Music, and this is like one of my all-time favorite just brutal death metal albums. So yeah, I showed that off, so was able to get that. So I've got a couple of those reissues in this stack too that came out fairly recently. So let's go ahead and get started. This is actually a brand new release. I talked about this yesterday in my video very briefly. I don't remember why I brought this up, but I did. This is the new Inoculation album on Maggot Stomp, death metal band out of Ohio. This is their second full-length album. Their first full-length actually came out in 2018. Can you believe it was that long ago? I can't. It seemed like this band might have been done. They pretty much just went out of nowhere, like, just were gone, seemed like. And I swear I saw that maybe they may have split up. I'm not too sure if it was this band or if it was somebody else. But anyway, their new album is out now. Actuality, Maggot Stomp. Artwork is done by Shoggoth Kinetics, Lucas Court, who is an incredible artist. Hopefully they made t-shirts of this because I would absolutely love it. So this is very much not old school death metal whatsoever. A lot of people associate Maggot Stomp with old school death metal, knuckle dragging death metal. This is around the time period of when they started releasing a little bit different style of death metal. This has more of the higher pitched screams, similar to Trevor Strnad's screams. It reminds me a little bit of that. A little bit more of that style. There's definitely the deep growls too, but he goes back and forth between those types of screams. This album is very, very good. I enjoy this quite a bit. I was kind of surprised I enjoyed it as much as I did. I really liked their last album, Pure Cosmic Dread. I own it on tape. It's back there somewhere. Actually, I think it's still in a box. I'm still going through all of my tapes. I have there's a couple years there where I bought like every single Maggot Stomp release that came out, and it was around that time frame. And I think that's like one of the first videos that I ever posted for like a label spotlight. So anyway, here is the booklet and then lyrics. So yeah, I really, really enjoy this album a lot. It's been fun to listen. I really like those like higher pitched screaming style of vocals on here. Really cool riffs. Every once in a while it does remind me of the Black Dahlia Murder, just in the sense that, you know, his vocal style is like that, where it ranges between the high pitched screaming and to the lower guttural sounds. I think it's Tony or Anthony. I can't remember if it's Tony. That's the vocalist. I think he also like makes guitars and stuff like that. It's been a while. I haven't been keeping up with Inoculation because, like I said, they kind of just like went missing. But yeah, a phenomenal album. I really, really enjoyed this. Probably going to be one of my favorite releases to come out this year so far. And that's not really saying much because I haven't really following new releases all that closely. However, I do have three here today that I'm going to talk about. But yeah, Inoculation, definitely not for everybody. I think if you're more of the death metal head, where you like the older school sounding, not the more modern sounding, this probably won't be for you, but definitely give it a try. There's my dog Dolly, because you might actually find yourself enjoying it. But yeah, really, really like this. Nice to see Maggot Stomp getting some attention again on my channels. I feel like it's been a while. There she is. Somebody called her out in the last video about how she's like a cat and she sits in the windowsill. Yeah, that's her spot. She's got a nice chair that she can lay in, but she chooses to lay on the windowsill and be a cat. I don't know. She's a Shiba Inu, so if you know the breed, then you understand that that's just how they are. They're quirky and cat-like. So anyway, the next is I got 2 new CDs in from Comatose Music. Funny enough, I could have made one order because that Cerebral Hemorrhage came in like 3 days before this one. I don't know. Sometimes I do that. But anyway, got the new Volvectomy album. Aberrant Vaginal Gestation. Brutal slamming brutal death metal, mostly brutal death metal, but they've got slam in it for sure. Band out of Italy. This is their first full length since 2013, so it's been a while. Oddly enough, I've been following this band since their conception of back in the early 2000s. Well, yeah, around 2008, I think. I really enjoy all of their other albums. I just never owned any of them. So I finally picked this up. This actually just came out too. I think this came out the same day as Inoculation, April 11th. So it's only it's only been like a week. Anyway, this is good. If you're into that like more slamming brutal death metal style of music, you'll really, really enjoy this. Has just a really abrasive vocal style, just heavy as hell. And yeah, so awesome artwork. I forgot his name. It says it in here. I just recently started following him on Instagram because I didn't realize that this is who it was. Guang Yang. He does amazing artwork. He's done Rip to Shreds, last couple of albums and stuff like that. But yeah, he's an incredible artist. So definitely check him out. Just my camera's not focusing. But yeah, and then lyrics. There's the band. So yeah, I quite enjoy this a lot. I've been listening to it just about every day since it came out, so I finally purchased it on CD. I've had a couple of people message me on Instagram saying thanks for letting them know about it because I shared when it came out on my stories and that they really enjoy it. So those are the kinds of messages that I love getting. I like to know when I'm turning people on to bands and music and when they're buying those things. So yeah, Vulvectomy, again, this is the style of music that I've been really into lately. You're going to see a lot of it on the channel for right now. Pretty much the rest of this video is this style of music. So yeah, I'm hooked right now. I go in periods where like I'll only listen to like just straightforward old school death metal, and then I'll only listen to like dissonant death metal, which was last year was a very dissonant death metal year for me, and now I'm into this. So you know how it is. We just go. We have our periods of where we prefer a style of death metal. I don't know. Anyway, and then the next CD I got in that same order was Surgical Vicissitude by Castrated. So this is a brand new band out of Texas. So we've got some Texas brutal death metal, which just is cream of the crop in my opinion. This is their first ever EP that actually came out last year. So I missed this. It came out last year during July, but I finally ordered it now. I finally listened to it on Bandcamp, and then I went to Comatose's website and added this into my Volvectomy order. Really just straightforward brutal death metal. Like no frills, heavy as hell, really good. It's got that that Texas brutal death metal style. No real slam into this, just really good modern brutal death metal. I feel like I don't find a lot of modern brutal death metal bands that I truly enjoy lately. I've been just trying to listen to a lot of the older ones, but yeah, like I said, I mentioned in a video a couple weeks ago that I'm looking more into modern slam and modern brutal death metal lately and just trying to find new bands and listen to some stuff. So there we go. Artwork, booklet. These are still available too. Comatose is just, obviously they've been around forever. They're a legendary label. I love ordering from them. They always have a deal where you buy 3 and then you get 1 free, or be free or whatever the deal is. And like the shipping is super cheap. It's rarely ever more than $5. And he's out of North Carolina and it comes super fast. Like I usually get it within like 3 days after he ships it. So yeah, Castrated. Really, really good. Not to be confused with other bands named Castrated. I feel like there's quite a few out there. But yeah, I enjoy this. Check this out as well. Links will be in the description as always. And then, finally, it's going to be a quick little update today. Reissues that I was super pumped when I saw that they got a fresh reissue on CD. So a little bit of a backstory. I actually owned these originally and sold them, and I hate myself for it. Some of the biggest regrets I had some originally on vinyl, and I had some original pressing CDs, and I sold them, and I hate myself for it. But now we've got some new reissues. So, and what I'm talking about is New Standard Elite, which I don't buy from as frequent as you would assume, considering how much of this music I listen to. Reissued some Cerebral Effusion albums on CD, and I snagged them. Like I said, I used to own these like first pressings on vinyl when they were on, I think, Unique Leader. Ominous Flesh Discipline was New Unique Leader, I believe. No, that was New Standard Elite. Which one was New Unique Leader? Was it Impulsive Psychopathic Acts? Well, that was Comatose. I don't remember. One of them, I feel like, no, they've always been New Standard Elite. I'm thinking of something else. Anyway, ignore me. So I grabbed these 3 reissues. So we'll start with the first one. Cerebral Effusion is a band out of Spain. Brutal death metal, in my opinion, one of the best in the scene. I absolutely love this band, and there's not a single album I don't like by them, but my favorite one I'll be showing you in just a second. So here is Impulsive Psychopathic Acts. They're full length from 2010. They actually have 5 albums out. There's some earlier versions, earlier albums, Violence in Motion, and then Smashed and Splattered Organs, that I don't own and I'm currently hunting. So, but yeah, I was happy to see that these got a reissue on New Standard Elite. They're still available too if you're looking for them. This is some real murky, real guttural, like I can't even do it. The style of brutal death metal. It's not for everybody. Definitely just super low, guttural. That's a great image right there. Just don't yell at me, YouTube. But yeah, and that's the style that I would probably describe it as. Again, I feel like everybody that's going to watch this channel already knows these. Actually, when New Standard Elite announced that these were being reissued, I had about 4 or 5 people message me on Instagram and Facebook being like, yo, they're reissuing these, and I know that you either have been wanting these or you've talked about this band in the past. So, yeah, so here's the first reissue. Oh, it's upside down. I like this album. It's not my favorite one, though, but I do enjoy it. My favorite one is actually this. Idolatry, I can't say it, of the unethical. I'm fucking idiot when it comes to talking sometimes. I feel like this might actually be the common favorite one, but this is what got me into the band. This came out back in 2014, and I actually owned a first pressing vinyl of this, and I sold it, and I hate myself. And I used to have first pressing issues of this on CDs too, back when I was really into collecting these CDs. So my CD collection used to be a bunch of like older brutal death metal albums, and then a bunch of thrash albums, and then I sold them all, and I've talked about this 100 times when I was going away to college and stuff like that. And so this is just the lyrics in the booklet, the nice centerfold there of the band. Again, brutal death metal out of Spain. I consider them to be like one of the best bands in the scene. They have not made an album since 2021, so it's been a few years, and that is this one right here, Ominous Flesh Discipline. That's kind of a dark CD cover. I'll show you that in a minute, but this is a really good album too. I like them all, but again, that last one was pretty much my favorite. So image right there. So yeah, I've been spinning these, playing these a lot since I got them. Would be awesome to own these on other formats, but I don't think they've ever been pressed on tape. I'm pretty sure they haven't in vinyl. Who knows? New Standard Elite doesn't press a whole lot of vinyl lately. But if they do get reissued on vinyl, I probably will snag them for sure. So super pumped about this. And I actually, there's quite a few albums on New Standard Elite that are out right now that I really enjoy and would like to get. So I need to go. I'll probably put a big order in there. And actually, he just pressed a bunch of flags too. And I've been thinking about getting a couple of flags because I have some blank space on my walls in my room that I would like to hang some flags in. So all three of these got flag pressings. So I might grab one because I love these two pieces of artwork right here, which I forgot to see. I forgot who the artist was for these. I know as soon as I see it. Marco Hassman is this one. And then this one was, I believe it's the same. I think he did the same, all of them. Cover and booklet art. Oh, Pedro Sena is this one. So, yeah. There you go. That's my CD update. A lot of good releases here. Check them all out. Links will be in the description of where you can go listen to these. No clips today because I know I'm going to get copyright infringements, especially on this one. Actually, I didn't show that one today, but especially most likely on this one. I'm pretty sure Maggot Stomp does that. I'm not too sure about Comatose. I've never gotten one from them, and I'm pretty sure New Standard Elite has them on there too. So it's just not worth trying to evade the automation of it. There's like a certain length that you can do it where it'll get past, but I just don't feel like editing that and doing all that garbage. Just whatever. Links will be in the description. You guys can see. Go and listen to all these things and order them. Let me know. Always comment whenever you check something out and you enjoy it and you end up buying it. Let me know because I like that. Those are my favorite comments. I absolutely love those comments. So prefer those comments over anything else. Also, one last thing. I did end up getting a shop opened for like a shop that handles all of the printing and shipping. I don't do anything. I just literally uploaded what I wanted for beer koozies and coffee mugs. Link is in the description where you can order those. I tried to make them as cheap as possible for everybody. Pretty sure it's international too. This is just a first iteration. I'm going to be working with Marty to press t-shirts. I'm getting a general gist of how many I want and stuff like that and who is actually going to buy them and overall cost and how to handle that. So a couple more weeks, possibly months on that. And then I'm definitely going to do black koozies. I got a couple of hits on who to talk to press those more, locally pressing, not a big general store and stuff like that. So yeah, check it out. Link in the description. I'll probably also put it in the comments. Buy them. Pretty cool looking. I actually ordered a couple of test samples, so I'll show them off in a video when they come in. But yeah, that's it. That's all I have. I'll see you guys in the next one.